guys. I need to take a breath. I'm so nervous. Before I make the announcement, I just want to say how super talented all 6 of you are. You are truly such special performers. And like Steve said, I do not envy Canada having to make this tough decision. But alas, a decision has been made. Diego.
So good.
And he is the next star. And if you want to be the next star, guess what? Auditionings are happening if the world doesn't end. Joining us now is the fella who turned around the name, Adamo Ruggiero. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Adamo, I love that because, as you said when you're watching it, you're like, I don't know why I did that.
I know.
I could read the name.
I saw who it was, but I just felt the need to make it perfect.
So take us to what it's like on that stage when you have that many screaming kids around.
Yeah.
Can you hear
So
a thing?
You know what? I really can't hear a thing, but to me, it's the ultimate moment in this whole series because the kids are performing live in front of all these screaming kids on live television, and like 4 months ago, they were just auditioning in a little tiny room. So to see that journey end in that way, in a moment where I'm terrified performing, and these guys are just rocking
They're
it.
nailing it.
I know.
Well, and so cool for you when you go through, you know, the audition process that you're doing now. You just said it, like to see that growth in them as performers and how much they learn in such a short amount of time. It's amazing how fast people can grow in this show.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's part of the manifesto of our show. You know, it's not any kind of gossipy, like who's going to win or who's not. We take our 6, they live with us, and they go through this kind of mentorship. You know, it's like a really cool summer camp. And they learn step by step, and at the end, get the opportunity to show what they've been working on to themselves, to their parents, to the country. And that's pretty much what our show's about. They're young people.
And you're going into season 4, which is amazing. Season 2, you had a young lad on by the name of Justin Bieber.
Oh my God!
What was that fever
Adamo
pitch
still hasn't quite recovered.
I couldn't. Well, I didn't hear for like a week after. I couldn't hear myself speak. I saw my parents like in the just going. But it was absolutely incredible. I mean, we were so lucky to have him on our show. He is such an incredible performer and has become such an icon and of course of our country and now internationally, and the kids really looked up to him, and I think he really represents what young people in this day and age can do. Not just with the way our media works in YouTube, but having an individual voice and being fearless, and I think that's ultimately the greatest thing I've learned about the young generation.
Does
is
it
this fearlessness.
surprise you, that fearlessness? I mean, you're talking about these kids plucked from obscurity and then performing on live television, and they looked so chill on that stage. Is it shocking to you how kids are now?
To tell you honestly, it really is. I look at back when I was that age performing, and I was very nervous and very scared, and I see these kids really seize their moment, very self-aware, but also quite grounded. You know, they know what's up. They're quite literate of the situation, and I'm enamored by it. I think and especially our top 6 this year, these kids were absolutely incredible. And like I said, seeing them perform at the finale, I feel like a happy, you know, mom/dad. I get all emotional because I see them grow, and I'm really
you get
proud
to know
of
them as people.
Absolutely.
And that's a really, you know, that's a pleasure to get to, and that's what I like about the show as well, is that you really see them as people as well, and get to see what kind of people and the character and you know, how hard they're working on it. The talent level must just floor you. I mean, as you go across the country and see how much talent there is, you know, whether it's in a major population center or whether it's kids that have been driven in for 4 or 5 hours to come, the talent level must be stunning.
It really is. I mean, there's kids in there that are like singing opera to me at like 6 years old. There's kids that are writing
in the morning.
I know. They're writing their own music, their own original songs that are so catchy. You know, they come. My favorite part is when I go into these auditions, I see all the kids who are auditioning come together in the waiting room and perform together. And it's that kind of spontaneity that they participate in with their peers just shows how much they love music.
It's fun and not competitive.
Exactly. Like this is what they do in their everyday life, and it really shows me that they're taking this opportunity to show us what they've been working on every day.
Tell us how the auditions work. Of course, they're happening in Vancouver. Tell us how people do it. Do they just show up?
Yes, we audition at the convention center here. You can get all the info on ytv.com. And you register. You're going to fill out a couple forms online. You come with that prepared, and you line up, and that's where I meet all the kids in line. And then you go in, and you have your opportunity to audition, and you know, We give away 16 tickets throughout this entire country.
Yeah.
And if you're one of those lucky 16, then you come
Wow.
to Toronto, and we keep hanging out. And the ultimate goal is to be the 6 who will live with us throughout the entire
Now,
summer.
I think you guys probably had some idea of what you were getting into when you first started 4 seasons ago, but to see the growth and the popularity in the show, did you ever think, you'd sort of be at the stage where you get, thousands of kids coming out to audition?
No, when I was in Halifax just this one time, I was driving down a street, and this was the first street that I ever first hosted this show on. And I thought to myself, I was so clueless about this process, and now how far it's come. It's become a really great family, not just inside our production, but also with the kids watching, with the whole brands of the show.
You get the Degrassi fans?
Yes, well, I do. And you know what? So much time has gone by. I'm sure some Degrassi fans have had babies. And now they're auditioning on the show. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Well, thank you so much, Adamo.
Thank you.
As he just said, in Vancouver, the auditions for the 4th season of YTV's The Next Star take place at the Vancouver Trade and Convention Centre. Go to the website first, fill out the forms. It gives you all the info there. You can find it at ytv.com.
Go down there and have a great experience and enjoy the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.